Hi, and welcome to another episode of Monster Model Review. I'm your host, Rob Madison, and we're back again with the Aurora Original 13 Monsters. Last episode, I did Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, and Mummy. This time, I'm going to be starting with the Phantom of the Opera.
The Phantom is a really nice kit. It's a really full kit. It seems very animated with his broad stance. Another really nice thing about this kit is it's kind of got a second character. It's got the prisoner down by the bottom. I've always liked that piece. It's fun to paint him up and make him look as gory as possible. It's got a rat on the base and a lizard on the base. I think most of the Aurora kits threw one or the other on there. This kit was very easy to seam up. There wasn't a lot of detail to the pants or the shirt, so just gluing it up, scraping it, and sanding was all it really needed. This kit kind of represents the Loncini senior version. Next up, we have the creature from the Black Lagoon. Probably without a doubt, the best single full-body costume of a monster ever made. The creature was one of Universal's last really great monsters. They did a couple sequels to this movie, and they were okay, but the original with Julie Adams is by far the favorite. The model itself caused some trouble with the seam work because I wasn't trying to really get into the seam work a lot when building these kits. It was more just for the joy of building and painting. So the seams along the side of the legs, there's a lot of detail to this kit. So you'll probably notice some seams there that probably could have been done a little bit better. Yeah, I always have to paint this creature in greens, and kind of, you know, the beauty about having black and white movies is you get to paint kits any color you want. So I've always been one for push and paint it any way you want. This is a good kit to do that with. The lizard on the base is really sweet. There's a snake on there too. I can't tell you how many times I've broken the tongues off of both of these creatures and had to have replaced them either with a reissue from another box or carving one out. I think these are actually from one of the customizing kits. The next kit is the Hunchback of Notre Dame. One of the cool things about this kit is this is still one of my original kits that I had when I was a kid. I did something a little bit different while painting this kit. I used oil-based paints. It gave me more time to mix the colors because oil stays wet longer and you can just work with it longer. Acrylics tend to dry out faster. So if you notice on the back scars and on the face, the skin tones are a little different than my other model kits, and that's mainly because it's the only kit I really used oils for. Originally, the Hunchback came with ropes holding him onto the base. Well, over the years, these little plastic ropes were broke, dropped on, and I eventually just went to a chain. I grabbed a cool necklace that we had laying around, cut off the links, sculpted a little thing around his neck, and put chains on the kit instead. It's been in my collection since, you know, the early 70s, late 60s. The last kit we're doing is the Dr. Jekyll as Mr. Hyde kit. This is another kit that's followed me around for a long time. This again is another one of the original Glow Aurora kits from the late 60s, early 70s. It was in the square box. Over the years, I drug it around, had a bad paint job with the glow parts still showing. Over the last couple of years, I cleaned it up a bit, spray painted it black, repainted everything. I had lost the Bunsen burner, and I've ended up finding one on the parts pit out there. It's a nice website out there that I'll talk about a little bit later in the program. Again, the seam work was really easy on it. There's not a lot of detail to the lab coat and the pants, so you just glue it up, scrape it down, and paint it up. Never been a fan of the face of Mr. Hyde or Dr. Jekyll as Mr. Hyde. It seems like it's in the middle of the transformation, and it would have been cooler if they would have just committed to the Frederick March face all the way. That's another 4 of the kits, and next episode I'm going to finish up with the last 5 kits.
Outside of the models, I wanted to talk about a couple websites out there for Aurora. I've been using all the graphics on the show from House of Dracula website, and they have scans of all the box arts, and they have pictures of the models and stuff like that. They also have, there's a great Yahoo group that has contests, and they're active people building model kits. And if you have questions, these are the people to talk to. So just go to Yahoo, look in the groups, and look under Aurora models, and you'll find them. Another website is the Parts Pit. It's a website full of parts. Parts from old Aurora kit that are hard to come by or broken that you need replaced. You can check out on the website, see if they have any. And if you do, just email the appropriate person and hopefully get the parts you needed.
Cult TV Man has been around for a long time. In fact, he's had some of my Monster Scenes kits on there probably since the late 90s. Steve has been out there doing models, working with models, getting people interested in models for many, many years. Check out his website. He's got a lot to offer about Aurora and a lot of other model kits, especially science fiction.
I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll be back next time with more of the original 13 monsters. The last 5 are King Kong, Godzilla, it's the Bride of Frankenstein, Salem Witch, and the last was the Forgotten Prisoner of Castle Mere. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you again next episode.